First up, Ayato is going to be a 5-star sword user. He's basically going to come with a 285 base attack right here. I would honestly be surprised if they don't change this up a little bit higher than this, but 285 is still a pretty kind of average, I would say, base attack for 5 stars. And then he also is going to be ascending with crit damage. Kamisato Ayato's normal attacks are pretty standard, I would say. At level 10, it's like an 88% multiplier on the first hit, and the 5th hit actually is a 150% multiplier, so that is actually a pretty high multiplier right there. So not too bad. He does have a pretty substantial charge attack multiplier at 256, so that's pretty solid right there. Kamisato Art Koyuka is basically his E skill. Kamisato Ayato shifts positions, leaving a water illusion at his original location and entering the Sokai Kanka state. The water illusion will taunt nearby enemies and explode after a certain time or when it's attacked, dealing AoE hydro damage. Sokai Kanka state is that it's basically going to lock you into your normal attacks and not allow you to actually charge attack. But basically it's going to infuse your normal attacks with hydro AoE damage, so he is going to be able to do AoE damage, which I think is going to actually put him pretty on par with Tartaglia in terms of AoE damage, especially because he also has this like little wave flash effect, which is very reminiscent of Tartaglia's Riptide effect. So the damage dealt by these normal attacks is going to be increased also based on Kamisato Ayato's maximum HP. And you're going to have a maximum of 4 stacks of this, so that's going to be 4 hits that you're going to be able to do, but 1 stack can be gained through Shunseiken every 0.1 seconds. What I think that kind of means is that you are going to be regenerating like these particles based on some sort of thing. I'm not too sure exactly how these works. Cooldown, it does have a 20-second cooldown, so that is quite a long duration. Multipliers at level 10, the first hit is going to be doing 86%. And let's see, the third hit's going to be doing 96%, so that is a solid amount, I would say. The duration on the actual state is going to be 6 seconds, and you get a wave flash damage bonus, so that I think is going to increase the damage bonus based on, like, I guess 0.87% of your maximum HP. Based on what it kind of was saying in the other stuff right there. But then there's also water illusion damage, which is 200% right here, which I think is the actual E skill damage when it actually explodes. The thing to keep in mind is that he's also going to decrease the cooldown of I think the E skill, and that's going to be happening whenever nearby party members hit opponents with normal attacks. So I don't think that works exactly with Ayato, but it says party members, so potentially Ayato is going to be able to decrease his own skill cooldown, I would say. Kamisato Ayato's ult does is it basically is like a big area of effect kind of thing. It's going to deal hydro damage and increase the attack speed of characters within, excluding Ayato himself, so it's not going to actually be able to proc based on Ayato. This kind of like a Ganyu ult a little bit, except it does have a 80 energy burst cost, its duration is 15 seconds, and basically the Bloom Water blade damage is basically going to be triggering quite often, I would say, and a lot of this damage and give you an attack speed bonus. So I think this is going to actually function really well if you are using like Ayato as a sub DPS with like an Ayaka or something, or like a Yoimiya. It could actually work pretty nicely, especially with this increased like attack speed bonus. Now getting back to Kamisato Ayato's passives. His first passive is basically going to give the Kyoka, which is basically his E skill, the following properties. After it's used, Kamisato Ayato will gain 2 wave flash stacks. And also, when the water illusion explodes due to it being attacked, Ayato will gain a wave flash effect equal to the maximum number of stacks possible. So basically, if you're going to have, you're going to start off with like 2 wave stacks, and then you're going to be able to use those up, and then as soon as like the statue gets attacked, you're basically going to go all the way up to like 4 stacks of that, I think, again. So this should hopefully be pretty consistent. If it's not consistent, I would think they are probably going to end up changing this a little bit, or tweaking it to where it makes a little bit more sense. Passive is going to increase the, I think the ult's damage, or the Suyu damage is going to be increased by 3% of Ayato's maximum HP. So if I'm not mistaken, that is actually his, like slash damages in his, like, normal attacks, so that could actually be pretty good right there. For Ayato's Constellations, his first Constellation is basically going to increase the Shunseiken damage. Is going to be increased by 30% against opponents with 50% HP or less. And that is actually going to be his like normal attack damages once you actually have his E skill procced. The second Constellation is going to increase the Wave Flash's maximum stack count to 5, And then also Kamisato Ayato has at least 3 wave stacks. His maximum HP is going to be increased by 40%. So you're definitely going to be getting a lot of benefits, because his kit definitely focuses around HP a little bit in terms of some of his like damage bonuses. The 4th constellation, after using Kamisato Ayato, all nearby party members, excluding Kamisato Ayato himself, deal 20% increased normal attack damage for 10 seconds. So that's pretty much his like kind of support constellation for other normal attackers. And then finally his Constellation 6, after using Kamisato Art Kyoka, Ayato's next Shunseken attack will create 2 extra Shunseken strikes when they hit opponents. So I think this is only actually triggering on his first hit. So it's going to do 2 extra slashes on that first hit, and each one of those is going to deal 300% of Ayato's attack as damage. This is actually kind of similar to Ayaka's C6, where it gives her like an extra like damage bonus, but this is slightly different. But yeah, anyway, that's basically it for the video. Let me know if you guys liked it in the comment section below, and if you enjoyed the little snippets of gameplay and helped to make it a little bit more interactive, I would say, or a little bit more like visually captivating, I would say. But anyway, it's been me, Arctic. I will see you guys in the next one. Farewell.